Good morning, everyone. This is material testing. It is a selection of material testing. Code is OML 751. This is an open elective subject. First, we will see the introduction of the material testing. Myself, Dr. J. Sahaya Ruben, Department of Civil Engineering, Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. In this video, we have see about the classification of material testing, purpose of testing. Finally, we will see the development of testing. Before starting that, we have to see about what is the material, what is the purpose to test the material. Material nothing but it is a substance. Most often it is a solid. Other contents phases can be included. That is intended to be used for the certain application. So normally in a day-to-day life, we are using a lot of materials. Each and every material is very important. So before using that material, we should test this material. Material normally classified in two classes. One is crystalline, another one is non-crystalline. The traditional example of material are metal, semiconductors, ceramic, and polymers. Advanced material that are being developed nowadays include nanomaterial, biomaterial, and energy material. Now the new material are in available in the field. The basics of material science involve studying the structure of the material and relating to them to their properties. First, we'll see the classification material testing. Solid material have been grouped into three bases. First one is a metal, second one is a ceramic, third one is a polymer. Finally, now we have some of the combination of materials. So composite material also under the classification of materials. For a metal, it will be classified into two. One is ferrous, another one is a non-ferrous material. Then ceramic is classified in this crystalline ceramic and glasses. Polymer divided into three: thermoplastic, thermoset, and elastomer. Composites classified metal matrix composite, ceramic matrix composite, and polymer matrix composite. Metal, what is metal? Metal is generally denser than the other element substance. It is a element that are good conductor of heat and electricity. Metal major classification or metallic element, example iron, aluminum, copper, titanium, gold, and ceramic is a inorganic non-metallic solid made up of either metal or non-metal compound that have been shaped and then hardened by the heating to higher temperature. It is a compound between metallic and non-metallic element that are most frequently oxide, nitrate, and carbides. Polymer. Polymer is a large molecule or macromolecule composed of many repeated subunits. Due to their broad range of property, both synthetic and natural polymer plays essential in a everyday life. Many of the organic compounds that are chemically based on carbon, hydrogen, and other non-metallic elements. Finally, composites. Composite is a material made from two or more material, the significantly different physical or chemical properties. When it combined together, produce a material with characteristic different from the individual components. A composite is a composed of two individual material which can from the category like previously discussed metal, ceramic and polymer. Next, that advanced material that are utilized in high technology applications are sometimes termed as advanced materials. Example, electronic equipment, computer, fiber optic system, spacecraft, aircraft, laser, integrated circuit, magnetic information storage, liquid crystal display, and fiber optics. So advanced material like semiconductor, biomedical material, smart material, nano material. So these are about the classification of the engineering materials. Then material testing. So the purpose of material testing, um, the classification of material testing, we have to see. So what is material testing? The material testing are established technique which is used to ascertain both the physical and mechanical property of raw material and component. This also measure the characteristic and behavior of substance such as metal, ceramics, plastic under various conditions. Testing of material classified into following purpose. First is development of standard method and procedure for testing. Test to establish the properties of material. Test to establish the integrity of material or component. It will be classified into some of the category. Um, we have different testing. Till first classification is mechanical testing or destructive testing. Next is the non-destructive testing. Finally, mechanical characterization testing. What is destructive testing? Destructive testing is the form of object analyze that involve applying a test to break down the particular material to determine the physical property, such as mechanical property of strength, toughness, flexibility, and hardness. It is undertaken in order to understand the specimen performance or material behavior. Procedure is carried out to the test specimen up to the failure. Under destructive testing, it will be classified into three. One is static testing, second one is impact testing, finally cyclic testing. Under the static testing, so what is static test? Where the load is applied gradually in static testing. Different methods are available. One is tension test, compression, shear test, hardness test, creep test, finally bending test. Next one is a impact testing or dynamic testing. When the given specimen is subject to a shock load known as a impact load testing or dynamic load testing. We have Charpy test, ISO test, drop ball test, drop dot test, instrumented puncture testing. Finally, cyclic. When the load is repeatedly varied in magnitude and direction, and this test is called impact or dynamic testing. The example of cyclic testing is a fatigue test. So, what is advantage for doing these tests? Actually, we have to find out the property of the material for a different stresses such as tension, compression, forces like a dynamic force of impact. The cost of the equipment for destructive test is cheaper compared to the non-destructive testing. Verification of surface preparation, curing condition, and working condition is minimum. Predict and identify the appropriate nature of failure breakdown that may be occur during the lifetime. Testing or a relatively cheap cost. Apart from advantage, some other disadvantage. You actually we cannot identify the internal defect. Need to make large number of specimen used for same purpose, which can be that material wastage. Also, one disadvantage is it is not directly identify the state of failure area. Then non-destructive testing. So it is a test is determine, detect, characteristic or measure the presence of damage mechanism. Example, corrosion or crack. Many type of NDT technique are capable of locating defect and determining the future of the defect such as size, shape and orientation. The purpose of NDT is to inspect a compound in safe, reliable and cost-effective manner without causing damage to the equipment or shutting down plant operation. This is a contrast to destructive testing where the part being tested is damaged or destroyed during the inspection process. So major source of NDT tests are liquid, radiation, sound and infrared. Classification of NDT. Acoustic emission, infrared testing, that is IR, liquid penetration test PT, electromagnetic testing, magnetic particle testing, radiographic testing, film radiography, ultrasonic testing, and visual inspection. Apart from that, some other advanced tests like magnetic flux leakage, eddy current test, these are available for the testers. So that non-destructive testing advantages are most of the equipment in India test is portable. It is result quick and reliable. The separate sample of preparation is not required, and the sample can be reused. To determine the property of the raw material, this is a less waste specimen only used for this test. Identify area concern before the failure. Many properties are found in a single specimen. Disadvantages like skilled labor is required, component needing clean before after an operation. Mm, Sometime result interpretation is difficult. Some of the tests required electricity, the magnetic permeability, only that effective on material that are conductive only we are finding these values. So these are the some of the disadvantages of NDT. Material characterization testing and development of testing. That characterization analytical technique or method used to identify, isolate, or quantify chemical or material to characterize their physical properties. Characterization of sample used for external technique to analyze into the sample element composition, internal structure, and thermal, electrical, optical, and magnetic purposes. So the major testers classification normally microscopy, spectroscopy, macroscopy testing. Advantage is less time required for testing. Complex structure can be tested easily. Multiple properties observed in a single test. High resolution image processing technique. Disadvantage is cost is very high. Most of the test required specimen preparation. Sample size are prepared that some restriction. Most of the testing method are uncommon. Material testing measure the characteristic and behavior of substance, metal, ceramic, plastic under various conditions by fully or small scale model. of a proposed machine or structure may be tested for this one. So to maintain the quality and consistency for a final product, it will be very, very important. The quality and consistency of the product. To avoid the mistake in the first stage, that is the manufacturing stage itself, we have to determine that mistakes. To obtain compliance area certification by following guidelines and regulation on testing and by any standard limit of material property to ensure the material are suitable for production and usage. So while going for a testing, we can easily find out it is suitable for a production and usage. To prevent the failure in the usage, to check the component period to the final assemble, used as a quality control check in the material manufacturing or the processing. Destructive test is used to check the durability, specific requirement and non-destructive test used for the final defect. So this is regarding overview of this material classification purpose development of this testing. So this is material testing classification. In the next slide, we'll see the selection of material and testing organization and its committee and presentation of result. Thank you for watching.